Good morning, students. In the previous topic or in the previous lecture, I told you about the oxidation and reduction on the basis of electrons. So now today we will discuss about oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Oxidizing and reducing agent. So on the basis of electrons, as you know, oxidizing agent are those which oxidize other, and oxidation means loss of electron. So it means oxidizing agents are those, you can say oxidizing agents are those which gains electrons or which provide which take electron from the other elements. So oxidizing agents are those which gains electron, because whose reduction is there is known as oxidizing agent, whose oxidation is there is known as reducing agent. So for a reduction, one has to be gain electron, because as you know the trick rig, reduction is gain of electron. So for reduction, electron must gain by those atoms. So that is known as oxidizing agent, and whose oxidation is there is known as reducing agent, and oxidation is done by the loss of electron, that is OL. Oxidation is loss. So reducing agent which loses electron, oxidizing agent which gain electron. You can see the example here. Cu plus I2 gives you Cu(I2). Cu plus I2 gives you Cu(I2). Here you can see the reaction may be written in two steps. So we will do by our own method, that is I2 gives you Cu(I2). Here copper has oxidation state 0, iodine also has oxidation state 0, because they are in their elementary or molecular form. Now here I has a -1 charge or -1 oxidation state, so we have to calculate copper. So copper will have +2 oxidation state. Now 0 to +2 means they are losing electron. Losing electron means oxidation is there, and I2 0 to -1 for one atom and 0 to -2 for two atoms. So there is a reduction because they are gaining electrons. So reduction is there. As you can see, oxidation is in the above reaction, that is from copper to copper iodide. So oxidation is there. So here copper is known as reducing agent, and iodine, which is reducing itself, is known as oxidizing agent. So here iodine is a oxidizing agent, and copper is a reducing agent. Iodine acts as an oxidizing agent and copper as a reducing agent. So this is again written that an oxidizing agent will itself be reduced and a reducing agent will itself be oxidized. So this is all. Next you can see another example is there. Zinc plus copper sulfate gives you zinc sulfate plus copper. As you can see here, zinc has 0 charge because it is present in its elementary state. Here zinc has +2 charge. Sulfate SO4 has -2, it also has -2 on the product side. So copper here has +2 charge and here has 0 charge or 0 oxidation state. So you can see zinc is getting +2 charge by losing electron. So it means oxidation is there, and copper is gaining electron. It is converting from copper to positive to copper. It means it is gaining electron, and gain of electron means reduction. So you can also say where oxidation is occurring, you can write it as reducing agent. Here zinc is known as reducing agent, and oxidation of copper is there, so copper sulfate is known as oxidizing agent. So whose reduction is there is known as oxidizing agent, whose oxidation is there are known as reducing agent. Oxidation reducing agent, reduction, oxidizing agent. So this is all for oxidation and reduction. Next topic is effect of oxidation and reduction in everyday life, that is you can say corrosion and rancidity. Now what is corrosion here? Corrosion is just the oxidation. Corrosion is just the oxidation, or when some compounds comes in contact with the environment, in the air and water present in the environment, they get oxidized or form oxide. So this is known as corrosion. So you can read the definition. Corrosion is the process of deterioration of metal as a result of its reaction with the air and water surrounding it. So whenever anything metal or anything presents metal act with react with water and air, it is deterioration means it react or it changes its properties. So this is known as corrosion. And rusting is another term here. Rusting is when we mainly talk about iron. So iron gets oxidized to form rust. So rusting is an oxidation process in which iron metal is slowly oxidized by the air. So here there is no reaction given of rusting, so we can use or we can see formula for rust. Important is formula for rust. So formula for rust is Fe2O3.XH2O. This is the formula for rust, XH2O. X means number of moles of water, it can be any. So this is the formula of rust. Next is rancidity. Rancidity is the change in odor and flavor of oily and fat foods. When oily and fat foods left for some time in the air, so they give foul and unpleasant smell and unpleasant taste. It means they become rotten or they can rancid. So their taste and smell changes. So this change is or in flavor or in the taste is by oxidation is called rancidity. So rancidity is the oxidation of food, fatty foods. So the rancidity of food items can be prevented by following methods: by adding antioxidant. If we add antioxidant in the food materials, so there will be no oxidation, so the food will be maintained for more time. You can see here two common antioxidants are BHA and BHT, butylated hydroxyanisole, and second one is butylated hydroxytoluene. And the second point is by keeping in airtight container. So we have to take or we have to keep our food in the airtight container, so that if there is no air or there is less air, so oxidation will be less, or if there is no air, then there is no oxidation. So to prevent the oxidation, we keep our food in the airtight containers. By vacuum packing, or we can say like Lay's and the other materials which are vacuum tight or vacuum packing is there, we create a vacuum and put the food items into it and pack the material. So no oxygen or no air is available for oxidation, so it is safer. Now fourth point is by refrigeration. As we know, most of the items we keep in the refrigerator, because refrigerator in the refrigerator temperature is low, or the low temperature can be act as a death or can be act as a threat for the biomolecules, or you can say bacteria which oxidize the food. So you can say slow down, because low temperature rancidity due to oxidation is food gets slow because of low temperature. At low temperature, the bacteria or the materials which rancid the food may get dead or may get alive. The main point is there, that lifespan of a bacteria which is responsible for the oxidation of food is less at low temperature. At low temperature they die soon, so food can be safer. Last is by storing food away from light. Due to the absence of light, the oxidation of fats and oil in the food is slowed down and therefore rancidity is retarded. So by keeping the food away from the light, we can make it good for more some time. So this is all for today, or this is your last topic of the lecture or the first chapter. Your chapter is complete now. You can see the some examples, some solved examples are there. This is related to the combination reaction decomposition. You have to classify. So you can see copper oxide is getting converted into copper and oxygen. So this is decomposition reaction, again displacement reaction, double displacement reaction. So these are the reactions, or these are some examples. You have to do it on your own. So that's all for today. So in your PA1, the whole chapter will come. So start preparing for it. Thank you.